Good afternoon. This is my first video. I've been working on classic cars for a few years and then some, and have never had time, but always wanted to, show some of the things that get done to cars that shouldn't be done to cars, especially for people who are not very knowledgeable about how cars are restored, the process to doing the jobs that people do in the body shops or mechanic work, whatever it is. So I'll make this as quick as I can because it is my first video and I don't know what the heck I'm doing. But I have a client car that's been with me for a few days, and if I keep going any farther, I won't be able to show you what's wrong with the car. So I'm going to go ahead and do that the best I can. So here's the car. It's a 69 Camaro SS 396, and anybody who knows what these are, they're supposed to be very, very beautiful cars when fully restored. This one has been in its owner's possession for a few years and sadly was neglected a little bit and had a couple of mice move into it. So my job was to go through, pull out some interior parts, get it cleaned up. And in the process, I found out some interesting stuff about the car. First thing is, there are a few things on the body and paint that are not very nice, which means something wasn't done correctly. When you see paint that is cracking, that means there is some damage underneath that was not properly repaired. Things that you really don't want to see. Again, this is several years after the restoration, so they are starting to rear their ugly head. But one of the ones that you will be amazed with is right here. So there is some cracking coming through the paint, and you can see it right there and right there, which on a car that's been driven and used a lot would be kind of acceptable. You know, it's got some stress, whatever it is. But in this case, this is a repair that was done improperly. And here it is. So the first thing you could see is there's a big crease right there. So the car was probably in some sort of an accident. There are welds where the factory did not put them. There is some crusty welding, something going on down there. There's some extra holes in the floor that don't belong there, as you can see on that side. It doesn't have them. And then the big one. Let's get you in here. There's a big old repair where they just lapped a new panel up against the old panel. Very poorly done, and even used a little bit of JB Weld up there to seal up the cracks. That's why the paint is failing outside and we have cracks coming through. I'm not even sure if they welded those two panels together or not. So that is a bad job. And usually after you do a repair, you would come back with some sort of protectant for the inner panels, because it is a window opening and it's going to get water in it. So there you go. There's the first one. So that's that panel and what I could show you there, but I wanted to show you this one. It's something that you could see when you go to look at a car. I don't know if it's going to really show up on the video, but you could see the door and the rear quarter are not quite the same color. That's why there's two blue stickers there. which to me was a big red flag. I'm like, okay, what happened here? Again, this is probably, it's an assumption here, because this panel is actually original from what I can find on the inside. It's very nice, good condition, no major problems, except for right up here, just like on the other side, is starting to show something going on out here, and there is definitely a little bit of a boo-boo repair on the inside, which I can try to show you really quick. Again with the JB Weld. Not the coolest thing to do, but the panel, as you can see in this one, is pretty clean, original, no damage, no rust, no crease. This side's nice, except for where they had some sort of a stress crack that they just covered up with JB Weld. So that is probably why the panel is a different color. And you can see, I think, there's a tape line right there. Sometimes that's what they do when they do clear coat. Sometimes it's what they do when they do a repair. There is a complete change of color right there, and it really should have even been hidden underneath the trim, but this is right in the door jamb. There's your proof. Very easy to see when you're looking at a car. Go around, check your door jamb areas, check your paint, see what's going on. That tells you something. Why did they repaint the rear quarter? Question. So those are a couple of the things that we're going to talk about in this first video, and if anybody has any questions, something you would like me to video that you need answers on, or just in general have any questions, comment. Tell me what you got. Tell me what you want to know. I'll do my best. Thanks. Well, this is going to be the end of the first video. I hope that this all works out and comes together somehow. Again, I guess all you guys know how to do this like and all that comment stuff, and if you want to subscribe, I guess you could do that. Definitely, if you want to see more, let me know, or if you can't stand it, let me know. Number one is, if you don't know anything about buying cars, ask for somebody to help you, because there are people that are out there. Not so easy to find sometimes, but ask around. Go to car shows. Ask the questions that are important to find out about the car that you want to buy. But don't just do it on your own. Don't go from your heart saying, I want this car and this is the only thing I want to do is buy this car. Think about it. Use your head. It's a pretty big investment sometimes, and especially if it's a bad car, it's going to be a really big investment. And we don't want that. But there are people out there. Just look for them. Ask for help. Ask questions. Thanks.